How's it going, people? It's Devon once again bringing you another daily dose of insight and motivation. I just had to jump on really quick. It's been a fantastic day and been doing a lot of personal growth, a lot of personal development, and we moving forward, creating the best version of ourselves, the best lives. But it's something I wanted to talk to you about because it is important for me to remind myself of these things. And why is it important? Because whatever you're thinking and speaking and then translating that into action, your habits, you are creating, right? Like those three things are moving you towards the vision, the goals that you have for yourself. So how does it really work, right? Because like I've learned a lot in the past few weeks, just about like energy and changing your state, and most importantly, like identity, the story that we tell ourselves. Because your entire life, everything that you have lived that has brought you to the point where you are right now is a result of the stories that you are telling yourself. And you will continue to repeat the same lifestyle, right? Your external will be the same when it comes to your senses, if you don't change these things. So then I like to think about that, and I like to say, okay, well, you know, if I want this, then what would I have to change? How would I have to change to do that, to be that, right? And I have experienced a lot of setback, a lot of self imposed limitation that I have become aware of. And that's really good because unfortunately, a lot of people, they have, these limiting beliefs and things like that, but they don't necessarily um, become aware of them so that they can then neutralize them and diffuse them, and move past those blocks. So, in the past, um, I was someone that was inconsistent. Inconsistency was probably like my biggest thing because, people would say I had great energy. I had, the ability to like retain information and understand, learn new concepts and things like that. And now when I go to apply it, maybe I'll go ham, I'll go strong for a week, 2 weeks, and then I will fall off. And so, I'm looking at myself this year, and of course, the energy is different. And I'm like, well, how am I being, Because I used to be in my head all the time, you know, thinking. And I think, I had an understanding, a belief that if I would just learn more, if I would just gain more knowledge, that would unlock something. But that's not necessarily the case because what happens is you kind of put stickies on yourself, sticky note, sticky note, sticky note, sticky note. I learned this, I learned that, I learned this. But the application, like the action, is not being done to take you from where you are to where you want to be. And we watch the secret, and we listen and we learn things about like the law of attraction that says like, send your intentions out into the world, and these things will manifest for you. But we forget that the last, six letters in attraction is action, ACTION. And so if you're, and I used to give this example all the time as well too, but it really translate into every other aspect of your life. If you're working with these principles, and let's just say that you're a guy and you're trying to manifest love into your life, and you're sitting at home and you're visualizing, the end goal, the end result. Maybe you see yourself with the ring on the finger, and all these things, but you never put yourself in you never give yourself an opportunity to like manifest that. Like, we still have to live our lives, we still have to go out into the world of uncertainty. But the difference is now we are being a creator of the outcome instead of taking what our senses are giving us and then reacting. We are actually creating, And that's the biggest difference, you know. So you're trying to this person is trying to manifest love, but they never leave their house, you know. They never go out and put themselves in an environment where they can actually meet the person that they're trying to manifest in whatever scenario, you know. And we live in a different world now. You can argue and say, well, you know, all I did was visualize, and then, you know, I checked my messages, and I had a random message from, you know, this very attractive person on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, and that led into a really beautiful relationship. I know that can happen. You know, anything can happen. We live in a universe of infinite potentials. You know, and based on your ideas of what is possible for you, that will open up different doors in which these you know, manifestations can come for you. But at the same time, you still have to put yourself in the position for that to manifest. So regardless, you still have to have that profile in order for that person to reach out to you. You still have to involve yourself, right? And man, I really want to give the person credit who I heard this from. But they said you must play a role in your own rescue, you know? You must play a role, you must play a part in your own rescue. And I start to think about it, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, think about the person who's drowning, and like they just imagine going to try to save them, and they just like become dead weight, you know, and they're not actively trying to like help or like save themselves. Like it's gonna make the rescuer's job so much harder. Now, okay, let's say, you know, you're drowning or whatever, you can't swim or anything, but at least you're trying, or you're at least like receptive to hear like how you can facilitate this your own rescue in a faster way, easier way, better way, you know. So it's like, dang, like we must play a part in our own rescue. Like, what are you trying to rescue yourself from? You know, what areas of your life do you need to be rescued? Your finances, your career, your job, your health, right? What areas of your life do you need to be rescued? And understand, write this down. You have to play a role. You have to play a part in your own rescue. So what does that mean? Okay, if I want to make more money, right? What how could I play a part in making more money? Okay, well, um, there's so many resources online. I could learn how I could simply just go find a mentor and go you know, find a course that I resonate with that teaches you how to do that. YouTube, self research, books, right? There's so many ways that you can involve yourself in, you know, becoming this ideal version that you have created in your mind. And let's take it back full circle. Your ideas, the words that you speak, and your actions, your body is going to decide what direction you are going, and if they are leading you to that ideal version or not. So it's like this: we there are an infinite number of potential realities that we can select, that we can choose to live in. And as we are choosing, and we're choosing every single minute, every single second of our entire lives, we're always choosing, we're always emitting this vibrational frequency that the universe is picking up on and saying, okay, this is the direction that we're going. We're always shifting. Just are you choosing which direction you're shifting? Where are you shifting towards? And so um, we're manifesting, right? We're sending out this vibrational energy, and you have to choose the direction that you want to go. So if you know that, okay, that's your thing, you want to make more money, you're going to start an online business, whatever it is, XYZ, are your ideas, the things that you're saying, and your actions matching up to that person? Because the person who is already living the lifestyle that you want to live, right? Like this person already has the business. They're already making, multiple six figures and doing all the things that you are imagining, that you are visualizing. Well, that person is most likely having more thoughts of abundance. That person is probably having more thoughts of how can I add value to even more people? How can I turn it up? How can I change even more people's lives? How can I be even more effective, right? Like those type of thoughts. Those same thoughts are most likely going to translate into the things that they are saying. In addition, I guarantee that they're speaking life over themselves instead of death. They probably wake up every morning and they're looking at themselves in the mirror saying like, you got this. I believe in you. Like you are a miracle to other people, and the things that you are doing and how you are helping is instrumental. You're changing people's lives. Like you're awesome, you're magnificent, you're beautiful, and they're speaking life over themselves and building their own energy, and with their bodies, health is wealth. So I guarantee that they are paying attention to their energy. They're paying attention to their body and the state that they're in, and they're probably also using their body to not only generate more energy, but to help them focus, right? Like proximity, environment. Where are you placing your body, your vessel? Because if that is the direction that you want to go, but every day, you place yourself in an environment that is not conducive to, further yourself and help you get those results. For example, you want to lose weight, you want to get more healthy, you want to get the six pack and do all those things, but the environment that you put yourself in is an environment that feels very comfortable, to you to go crazy with your eating, for example, right? And maybe you need to switch some things in your environment or change your environment entirely. Maybe there's another, okay, you want to increase your energy, so you start learning more about sleep and sleeping patterns, and REM sleep, and all these different stages of sleep that we go through throughout the night, four different stages, and how this is going to affect your energy. But instead of putting yourself in an environment where you can practice these things and evaluate it and see how it changes your life, you stay up watching TV all the time, or you're doing things that again are not conducive to the results that you want. So body and environment, are you giving yourself the best chance, the best opportunity for success? So if I know that this is my goal, if I know that this is who I want to be, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to have, okay, there is a couple different ways how I can manifest that for myself. Alignment, 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 right? Align yourself in your ideals, your thoughts, and your way of thinking, right? If I want to lose weight, I'm aligning myself with the idea of a person who already is healthy, a person that already, pays more detail to the things that they put in their body, right? I am speaking, I'm using language in a way that is building me up instead of breaking me down. And then I'm using my body and putting my body in environments that are even going to further help me along this process, And one thing I'll add before I go is immersion, right? Immersion. And I've been hearing this the past week more and more and more. And I totally understand it because I've been around in business environments and things like that before. And, when someone is explaining immersion, they'll usually say, how many of us have taken a second language, in middle school, high school, whatever, and how much of those classes do you actually remember? you know, Probably like less than 10%. And that's because we weren't fully immersed in that culture. But if you want to go learn French, right? You want to go learn Spanish, you want to go learn, you know, Japanese, and you want to immerse yourself, take your ass to Japan for 2 weeks. I guarantee you're going to learn a lot more just because you're fully immersed in the culture. Everything around you energetically is like Japanese, Japanese, Japanese. It's going to integrate into your body. And when we immerse ourselves, our minds, our bodies, what we're saying, our spirit, when we immerse ourselves fully in a space that is, conducive towards the results that we want to get, that's when it really really happens for you, and you really start to see your external world rearrange itself, because we each have 24 hours in the day. The difference is how we are all using those 24 hours. So me and you, we may both have an 8-hour job, and we give that 8 hours away, and for the other 16 hours, maybe we both also sleep 6 hours as well too. So now we both have 10 hours, right? And out of those 10 hours, person A spends 3 hours watching TV, you know 2 hours, either on their phone, or and when I mean on their phone, I mean like they're not learning anything. They're scrolling. They're on TikTok. They're not building a skill, a habit, or anything like that. And maybe another few hours doing this, doing that, and 2-3 hours dedicated to their passion or their goal. But then with my 10 hours, my first hour I dedicate to my body and exercise and working out. And then, I spend 2 hours growing the skill, doing more research, or learning how I can improve a certain aspect. And then I go to this area, and I do another hour, another 2 hours of like some journaling, or something like that, writing things down. Maybe I spend another hour going over my notes that I have previously written, and then another hour, networking and connecting myself with like-minded individuals, and or people who already have the success that I want, and I'm trying to learn from them. Maybe I spend another 30 minutes reading. You see where I'm going with this, right? So we have the same hours in a day, but person A or person B, who is going to reach their goal, their dream faster? Who's going to manifest that vision for themselves faster? They're giving themselves such a greater opportunity to win, because they're using the majority of their time to continue to put more thought, energy, and more intention into this thing that they're trying to create, versus the person who maybe has a goal, maybe has a dream, but they're not as urgent about it, as person B. And person B is like, well, when I'm off work, when my eyes are open, until I can't close them anymore, I'm working on myself. I'm building my skills. I'm building my habits. I'm getting better. This is my goal. This is my dream. And I know that as long as I am taking these actions, right, visualizing, imagining, I'm doing all these things, it is moving me closer towards becoming the person I want to be, doing the things I want to do, and having whatever it is that I want to have. I hope this video had a ton of value. If it did, drop a like, drop a comment. As I always say, continue to realize where you are now, realize where you have been, and now realize the future. Look, she just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. I'm gonna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. She just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. Everybody realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. Yeah, it's a dedication. We gon' have a real celebration. Look, moms, I knew if I would just stay patient, I would go and get it, I would make it, yeah.